I know I shouldn't because it's a live service game, but I've been looking forward to this one. I mean, ever since Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, I've been missing a cooperative horde shooter.
Wonderful news. You have been granted permission to survive. You are an ideal specimen for a very important experiment. Your new assignment is the perpetual war game. Explore your potential in vigorous lethal interface with dinosaurs and your fellow exofighters alike. I require the best possible combat data in order to develop the best possible exosuit. Do your part, survive the war game, and generate robust combat data. Deep learning in progress. Threat level rising. Research subject exofighters. War game transitioning to infinite repetition. Humans. Fight and die for me.
There is a story here. What? Seriously, how many people do you think bought this thinking, gee, I wonder why any of this is happening? Every time you play Dino Survival, you acquire lost data. This data appears in the form of files on the analysis map. Revealing more info reveals more of the story. But basically, the story is a flimsy pretext for mech suits beating the shit out of dinosaurs. Works for me. The story is actually a good time travel yarn. Pity it's mostly told through these files. Mostly.
Okay, Sandy, we've talked about this. You can just call me Aldous.
Understood. Professional etiquette now set to non-essential. Aldous.
Perfect. Now, Ace, with your exosuit as a relay, we've managed to hook into the island's surveillance network during the war game. And this nonsense, it's happening all over the island. Downtown, the dam, the airport, you name it.
I do have one question though. Why are all my trophies in non-English? I don't know what it is, but I don't speak it. Good job I don't really care about the trophies, eh?
Summoning Suchomimuses. Summoning Suchomimuses.
I needed that.
Dinosaur call complete. You are completing objectives faster than the enemy team.
Nice work.
Follow the Watcher. Proceed to next mission.
Dino Survival is the main game mode. It also happens to be the only game mode. I was expecting a little bit more than that at release. I mean, it is true that there's a roadmap, and apparently on the 28th of July we're going to get a second game mode added. Woo! Which means by the time my video goes online it'll have already come out and this review will be out of date. The online matchmaking is quick. It's about 3 minutes to get into a game. Put it this way, it better be bloody quick since it's an online-only live service game. Players are matched into 2 teams of 5 apiece. Can you say Overwatch? Then dropped into the levels to complete a list of objectives, which are almost always kill this, with only the occasional defend this, by killing things. You're in a race with the opposing team to see who can complete their objectives faster, and the whole thing is capped off with a final mission, a randomly drawn objective that's a little different.
Subroutine activated.
Summoning Raptors. Summoning Pteranodons. Summoning Pachycephalosauruses.
Enemy stunned. Defense subroutine activated.
Dinosaur call complete.
Charging systems.
You are completing objectives slower than the enemy team.
Missions take about 15 minutes. They're not too short, but they don't overstay their welcome either. Crucially though, the game doesn't direct you to kill everything that appears. Just a certain number of certain types of dinosaur. And the current wave won't end until you hit those targets. If your team is too unaware, busy, or stupid to check, you're gonna be there for a while. There are various dino types, regular sized swarms, teeny tiny swarms, large ones, big buggers, flying fuckers, neosaurs. You'll spot those ones a mile away. They're the ones that explode in your face or have magic gunk slinging powers. Or just cheat and turn invisible. I like how each one does something different, like they all have a purpose. The normal sized ones just kinda attack and leap at you. Then you got really tiny ones that swarm all over and bite and inhibit you. The larger ones just slam attack you out of the way. Then you've got like the Stegosaurus in particular, which for some reason, somehow, I don't know how it does it, but it has electronic warfare capabilities.
And attack the enemies. Dominator active. Take advantage of this unique asset and defeat the enemies. Escort progress 20%. I have awarded the enemy team a Dominator. They may invade with a hostile dinosaur. Your allies are on the offensive near the enemy team. The enemy data key has progressed 40%. Summoning Pteranodons. Escort progress 40%.
I own you.
At the start of the matchmaking, you can select PvP or PvE for the final mission. Or you can pick random, which gets you a little bonus for being brave. Be aware that normally the two teams are in the same level, but separate inside their own instance of it. So they usually can't interact with each other, even though occasionally you can see what they're doing. If the final mission is PvP, however, both teams land in the exact same area. Final missions can include Data Key Escort. Stay near the payload to get it to the end of the run. Be aware that the enemy team starts at the opposite end to you and is heading towards the exact same location in the centre. Be prepared for a fight. Defend the uplinks. Basically, this is 3-point conquest mode. Hold as many of the points for as long as possible while fighting off the opposing team and the occasional interfering busybody wave of dinos. Collect energy cartridges. Energy will appear periodically at certain places on the map. Gather more than the other team. Also, you can shoot the other team to gain a little bit more. Charge the hammer. Pick up the hammer and kill dinos with your regular attacks, to charge it up. Once it's full, slam attack the barrier generator to move on. Do the same to the second, then compete to see which team will break the final one. Or, do more of what you've already been doing. Objectives. Excitement. There is also the occasional Neosaur engagement as a final mission. Da da da! No, seriously.
Summoning a Neo T-Rex.
access to 10 exosuits. Well, except you don't. 3 of them you have to unlock by reaching level 20, 30 and 40 respectively. Yeah, that just seems like an arbitrary restriction to me. I mean, it doesn't take a massive amount of time. It took me about 15 hours to unlock all of them, but still, why? I mean, it's not like these 3 need a more skilled player to use. And this is where comparisons to Overwatch become impossible to avoid. Well, it would be possible, but I'm not going to. Seriously, I think they just bloody copied it. The exosuits are Deadeye. If you're a Call of Duty fan, this is the one for you. Assault rifle, grenade launcher, your basic rifleman, mow them down reliably. Zephyr, clearly designed to be a melee-style ninja. Gets overwhelmed by hordes very easily. I found he's best used as an assassin against larger single targets. Barrage, a decent crowd controller and sets things on fire. Grenade launcher is a bit tricky in close, but he's got excellent damage output. Vigilant, a sniper with unparalleled range. Literally, no one else shoots as far as she does. Powerful against single targets, or if you can line the enemy up for an even more powerful blast, you can take out an entire wave. Roadblock. Let's just call this one Reinhardt's cousin, because he practically is. Massive barrier, shield, and one hell of a punch. Expect him to stop hordes dead in their tracks, but not to hit anything further away than about 12 feet. Krieger, the last word in firepower, mainly because you're probably dead. Minigun and target-seeking missiles, coupled with a dome shield. It's hard not to be impressed by this one. Murasame, a samurai-styled unit with a classic katana. Limited range, but he has powerful counterattacks, and anything inside his range is basically dead meat. Witch Doctor, my personal favourite. A focus on close-range healing. His weapon damage absolutely sucks, but its electrical arcs are great at stopping crowds in their tracks. Skywave. When things get rough, cheat and take to the skies. Rain dual-purpose damage healing bolts down on friend and foe alike. And Nimbus. 2 sets of pistols for damage and healing respectively. The longest range healer as well, meaning even if a team member runs on ahead recklessly, she's still got you covered. I mean, I've said that the similarities to Overwatch are unavoidable, but really lots of games have attackers and tanks and healers, controllers, you know, all that kind of stuff. But when you're creeping up a street behind a slowly moving cart, yeah, Overwatch. And that's really all there is to it. No, really. That's kind of it.
Preparing combat area. Please wait. Summoning baryonic seeds. Summoning pachycephalosaurus. Summon baryonic seeds.
I owe you.
Summoning baryonic seeds. Summoning pteranodons. Summoning pachycephalosauruses.
I owe you one.
Dinosaur call. You are completing objectives faster than the enemy team.
You've got the usual issues of playing casually, team members running off into the distance so you can't heal them, healer not healing you, team splitting up so you can't heal everyone. I'm a healer, okay? But I do like the way the scoring is balanced. You even see healers scoring MVP on the final score sheet. Although, for some reason, I never seem to see Vigilant on there. like anywhere. I know players use Vigilant, maybe not as much as some of the others, perhaps that's why. Okay, there are some extra things to mention. I love the way the game balancing happens. There's no obvious skill ratings for players, but if one team starts falling behind, they are awarded a Dominator, a remote-controlled destructive dino. Wreak havoc on the enemy team, if you can. Or, how about a difficulty modifier? The losing team gets to up the awkwardness of the other side's mission by making some bonus kills. See, the beauty of this system is the winning side gets a superior challenge worthy of their obvious skills, while the losing team gets to slow them down in an effort to catch up. As a winner, you don't feel like you're being penalised by this system. And it is incredible how often both teams stay roughly level throughout the match. It's very well done. And even if you lose, you still shot a shitload of dinos. You got something done and you did it right. So you never feel like you lost, you loser. It just doesn't happen.
Got your back. Overdrive wreck out of stuff. Heads up!
Summoning gas neosaurs. Summoning sniper neosaurs.
Fix myself up.
Victory is near. Demonstrate exemplary combat ability by defeating the enemy team. Combat test complete. You are victorious. Subject performance evaluation complete.
You can customise the look of the exosuits, to a point, and don't go spending all your hard-earned coin on cosmetics, because there's also rigs and modules that let you customise the performance of a suit, well worth spending the coin to unlock them. Plus, those 3 locked suits take 5,000 coins apiece to unlock as well. Moral of the story? Don't spend it all in one place. There's a battle pass, because fuck you, that's why. Never mind, you paid full price up front. There's some other overpriced stuff you don't need on the storefront. Ignore it. Don't give them 12 quid for the 3 suit unlocks. Just play for 15 hours like I did. Backgrounds, emotes, awards, show off what you have that others don't. Like a walking advertisement. But let's not end on a sour note, shall we?
Initiating VTOL defense mission. Preparing combat area. Please wait. Increasing hazard level to maximum. Carnage module online. Consider this superior dinosaur threat an opportunity for professional growth. Prepare for battle. You are advised to draw your attention to the raptor swarm rising above the giant crane. Note the mobility and cunning of these creatures as they charge along the narrow arm. Now pit your collective mobility against theirs.
Nice work.
Go get it, Exo Fighters. The enemy team is disrupting your progress with a Stage 1 dinosaur upgrade. Summoning Pachycephalosaurus.
It has a surprisingly good story and characters, which frankly are deserving of more than just lost data files. It also doesn't deserve to be stuck inside a live service game, no matter how smooth it is. The game matches you quickly, the gameplay itself is solid. The suits are built for specific reasons, but rigs and modules let you give them a little personal flavour towards how you prefer to handle them, usually either attack or support. And it doles out little bonuses on a regular basis, be it because your level increased, the battle pass level increased, because believe it or not there are some freebies on there, or your exosuits level increased, or maybe you opened a war chest. You always feel like you're progressing, even when you're doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. And no, the time travel story doesn't excuse that. I quite like it. It's best played in short bursts due to the repetitiveness. You don't want to get too burned out on it, you know what I mean? The second game mode will probably help with that on 28th of July. Right, that'll do for this video. What did you think of it? Leave a like or dislike down below. What did you think of Exoprimal? Have you played it, or are you holding off until you wait to hear what everybody else has to say? Leave a comment down below. And for those of you who can't get enough of my dulcet tones, you can always subscribe, ring the bell for notification, because that's a different thing. Or if you want to inflict my irritating persona on someone else, you can always share instead. See you next time.